Or do they go beyond the ice wall? I got the okay, 8 weeks. You can drive. I still got a little brace on here, but that's all right. I'm not ready to get into how this happened, but for now, let's just say it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, we know, Chris, you injured your leg, and I, for one, am really confused about why you're being so secretive about it. Was it a masturbation injury? Or did they and them finally catch up with you and kneecap you? Please subscribe. Before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to long-term channel sponsor, Surfshark VPN. If you're browsing the internet without the VPN, you're leaving your private information exposed. Surfshark hides your IP, keeping your location and browsing history completely safe. Whether you're on a smartphone, tablet, gaming console, smart TV, or even smart home devices, Surfshark has got you covered across all platforms, protecting your privacy everywhere. Now, public Wi-Fi can be a major security risk, leaving your data vulnerable to hackers. But with Surfshark, your information stays fully encrypted and secure, whether you're at a cafe, an airport, or any public hotspot. Plus, Clean Web blocks ads, trackers, and malware, so your browsing stays safe and smooth without the usual interruptions. And for streaming fans, Surfshark lets you unlock content from over 100 countries. If a show or service is restricted in your region, just switch your virtual location to keep watching. No buffering, no limits, no hassle.
My day has got absolutely nothing to do with you.
So if you want to protect your privacy, secure your data, and unlock global content, head to surfshark.com/Creaky. That's surfshark.com/Creaky and get 4 extra months free. Just click the link in the description. Right, let's get back to the video, shall we?
I bet you're confused right now, right?
Chris, I'm confused every time I click on one of your videos, so what are we talking about today?
Oh, there's so many things going on! Us in the Flat Earth community just love it!
Now, when it comes to Flat Earth, I think the use of the word community is a bit of a stretch, especially at the moment when you consider that most Flat Earthers are attacking each other because of the final experiment.
There's just so much going on right now. There's so much on the plate. It's unbelievable. Where to begin?
Let's start at the very beginning.
Thank you very much, Julie Andrews. Excellent advice. Chris, just start at the beginning. Put us out of our misery.
Where to begin? Okay, all right. I if you really even care.
I care.
Well, okay, all right, look. If all the allegations, which I am sure that they are real.
Whoa, hang on a second. Easy, Tiger. Allegations about what? I thought we were talking about Flat Earth today.
Diddy has been doing this for 30 years.
I wouldn't bother with that, Chris. I tried making a video about the whole Diddy situation and nobody here was interested.
Just answer my question. Where the do all these elites hide?
Well, I've often wondered that myself. My voice went so squeaky then. What the hell happened? And who better than YouTube's favourite flat earther to explain it to us?
Do they go to Australia? Or do they go beyond the ice wall?
Now, Chris, I know comedy isn't what you're going for, but you are very funny.
That could be very well possible.
And I'm sure that in your teeny weeny little flat earth brain that is possible, but you're, in reality, not so much. But I can't wait to hear what you think is happening.
And when I say ice wall, let's reiterate here.
Well, there's no need, really. I know the people who watch me are smart enough to figure out that when you mention an ice wall, you're talking about a wall made from ice.
I'm talking about a shoreline, okay? And that contains everything. I've gotten into that many times.
Now, given the fact that I've been doing this on YouTube for 6 years now, I really should know the answer to this question, but I don't, so I'm going to ask it anyway. Now, we've all heard flat earthers banging on about this magical ice wall that surrounds the entire flat earth. You know, it keeps all the water in and stops it all from running off the edges of the flat earth. But the one thing I've never seen a flat earther address is the fact that ice floats in water, or on water, however you want to phrase it. So how does the ice wall keep all the water on your flat earth in if ice floats on that water that it's meant to be containing?
And that shoreline, or our shoreline, goes around the entire world. Yes, it does. Unfortunately, you live on a flat, stationary land.
In your opinion, Christopher, but you know what they say about opinions. Everybody's got one and most of them stink.
That shoreline increases in size and height. As a matter of fact...
Matter of fact. But wait, I've got questions. So not only is there a magical ice ring that somehow, even though it floats on water, still keeps the water on the flat earth in, not only that, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, but it also grows. What, like, so the circumference of the flat earth isn't always the same?
At the highest point of the shoreline of Antarctica is the tallest mountain in the entire world.
No, it's not. Mount Everest is. Its peak is the highest altitude above mean sea level. And nice sea level as well, probably. But at 29,029 feet, or 8,848 meters, it's the world's highest mountain. Where the hell do you get your information from? Don't worry, that was definitely rhetorical.
Except about Black Rock. I'm not sure what's going on with the North Pole out there and how our compasses work.
I can help you with that, CC. I made a video about that very thing last week. Compasses, I mean, not Black Rock. I don't even know what he's talking about when he says Black Rock. But if you want, it's the video before this. Watch it, Chris. You may learn something.
But God, whoever it may be. And I pretty much mention he or she, whoever it may be, in all my videos, because you have to understand, I never believed in God. I thought I was brainwashed.
Well, that's a very bizarre thing to say, Chris. So when you didn't believe in God, you felt that you were brainwashed. Well, that's exactly what somebody who's brainwashed would say, isn't it?
You see, I was brainwashed with all this nonsense that's on the TV and all this garbage and all the shit that I learned in school. Brainwash!
Yeah, now TV is one thing, but how can anybody lump TV and education together? They're two completely different things. Education is not brainwashing. If anything, it's brain expanding. Maybe. That sounded better as I was thinking of it than it did when shut up.
Thinking that we are just an accident, when we're not.
Well, you speak for yourself, pal. Apparently, I was the result of a power cut. I guess there wasn't much to do in the early 70s when there was no electricity.
All of this was an accident in some... I'll get into space news, too.
Bullet point, CC. Now, there's nothing wrong with changing from one topic to another in the same video. I do it all the time. But you were bouncing from topic to topic like Zebedee on crack.
So anyway, back to Diddy. That's been going on for 25 years, okay? Or 30 years, or whatever it is. Decades and decades of parties, okay? And God only knows if this guy, there was one video that even showed, I don't even want to get into it, like down in his mansion that they were, tunnels and stuff. God only knows what goes on in those tunnels.
I don't know, maybe they're hoping to tunnel deep enough to see what's on the other side of the flat earth.
All of it, just all there to confuse you. And if you think that Hollywood has... All right, let's take a look at Hollywood real quick.
Well, I suppose at this point we might just as well do that. Now, your video was called Rockets in Outer Space, ha ha. It was enough for me to want to make this video. And Chris, it really pains me to say this because you've always been so reliable. But you're letting us down. Where's all the talk about flat Earth? I'd even accept a ha-ha at this point.
Okay, see, now I'm getting off of the subject with Hollywood. If you can't see, Hollywood is a disgrace and that it's evil and the people that run it are evil, psychotic, devil worshippers, then you're lost.
Maybe, but I'm a flat Earth debunker. I want to debunk your flat Earth nonsense, so can we please start talking about that?
Okay, if you think we live on a spinning wet ball and everything that you've learned is true, then you're lost.
And there it is, the CC we know and love. Why are we lost if we think we live on a spinning wet ball? Which most people would just call the Earth, but please tell us.
You just don't know what the hell is going on. You don't know.
Yeah, but to be fair, Chris, nobody knows everything, whether they're a flat earther, a globe earther, or some weird person in between. But you can fix that, and it's really easy to do. You just stop watching YouTube videos. Don't stop watching my YouTube videos though. But you stop watching YouTube videos from other flat earthers and just read a book.
You don't know the it's not a conspiracy. It's true.
Wait, what? Flat Earth isn't a conspiracy? I think you'll find it is, Chris.
They say that conspiracy word, and it just, everybody, their eyes glass over, you know?
Yeah, and whose fault is that? Because I can only speak for myself here, obviously, but I used to find certain conspiracy theories really interesting. I always knew that they were nothing more than conspiracy theories, but they were still interesting. And then I came across flat earthers, and all that was completely ruined for me.
And then in science news, oh yeah, now, all of a sudden the telescope.
Oh, this is more of an observation than anything else because CC has already completely ruined this video. But have you noticed that whenever he mentions science or a science experiment or the scientific community in general, he's always got that stupid smirk on his face. He can say the Earth is flat and that there's an ice wall with a perfectly straight face. But when it comes to talking about reality, he's always got this stupid smirk on his chops.
James Webb Telescope, who can't zoom in on Apollo 11, but yet we have nice CGI pictures of that.
What the hell are you talking about, Chris? What, you're surprised that the James Webb Space Telescope can't zoom in on 1969? Because that's when Apollo 11 happened.
From 238,000 miles away or 36,000 miles away or whatever they say it may be, but it's not. It's only about 70 or 80 miles away up there in our amazing light show that we have it up in our sky.
It's the brain pain, Coach.
What the hell are you talking about now? If the moon was only 70 miles away, you'd be able to drive so close to it. But at least I now understand that you think the JWST wouldn't be able to zoom in on them. Oh my.
So we now have evidence of some sort of, there's another Tesla. Oh, this one's wrapped. Nice. How many problems with that Tesla, huh? All right, forget it. Okay. All right.
Do you know what? I think CC may actually be my spirit animal because I have never come across anybody else in the world who's as easily distracted as I am.
All right, back to James Webb Telescope. That's right. Alert, alert, alert. All you science freakoids out there that actually believe this, they found a planet that has city lights.
Well, I know that's not true because I turned them off before I left. No, the claim isn't that the JWST has found city lights on a distant planet. The claim is, look at this. JWST has found something that it can't explain on a distant planet, so let's find out what it is. The only people who are saying it's city lights are conspiracy theorists and people who are jumping to conclusions without having all the evidence or information.
That's right. Yes, that's beautiful.
Thank you, Chris. That's very nice of you to say.
Awesome, man. And I believe SpaceX just took off a couple of days ago, and it was circling the apparent this bowl that you think you live on, and the rockets were going while it was going around this ball. How can a rocket work in space?
Well, rockets work in space because of Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Now, the rocket expels hot gas out of its nozzle. That's the action. And even though there's no atmosphere to push against, the force of expelling that gas creates an equal and opposite force that pushes the rocket forward. The reaction. Think of it like a balloon. When you let go of an inflated balloon, the air rushing out propels it forward. Well, a rocket does the same thing, but with a much more powerful controlled explosion and a specially designed nozzle to maximize the thrust.
Time and time again, we have proven that flames do not work in the vacuum of space.
Yeah, but that isn't true, is it, CC? That's just something flat earthers like you say, either because they choose to ignore the information because it's very easy to find, or because they choose to ignore the information because it's really easy to find. Rocket fuel isn't just the flammable stuff like hydrogen or kerosene. You can't just nip down to Wawa and say, fill it up regular cash. Rockets carry an oxidizer, which is a chemical that does the same job as oxygen in the burning process. So that's how rocket engines can still operate in the vacuum of space. Look it up.
You can't light a match in the vacuum of space. You can't ignite anything from the vacuum of space. You can't move in the vacuum of space. And if it actually really existed up there and there was space and planets to go to and all this other nonsense, you would be spinning around like a hamster in a wheel with a rocket in space, because there's no way to, it's like being in free fall in a fucking pool.
But how do you know? You say yourself you've proven this. How could you possibly have proven it unless you've been into space to conduct that experiment yourself? Now, I know flat earthers will say, oh, Creaky, you've never been to space either. No, I have not. But I'm not the one who's refusing to take in this information, which is really easy to find about how things work in space.
You're not going anywhere. You need something to hold on to in order to go straight or left or right. There's nothing to hold on to. There's no water. If there was water, all right, then you could actually steer something, but there's nothing there.
Hang on a second now, I promise you I'm not trying to be a smart ass here or anything, but Chris is one of those flat earthers who believes that the earth is encapsulated by a glass dome with water above it. So what water exactly are you talking about, Chris? See, the thing is, when you tell a lie, and even a series of lies like flat earthers do, it makes it very difficult to remain consistent in the things you say, and you just massively criticized your own ideas about how the earth works, where it is, and how it behaves.
That's why they call it space, okay? That's right. That's why they call it space, because there's nothing there. It's space.
I don't think it is, Chris. It comes from the Latin word spatium, which means expanse or area.
It's like a space in between sentences. Yep, that's right. Nothing in between.
I get it now, Chris, so a bit like a flat earther's yours, because there's nothing in between them either.
And that's it. And if you think that you can project a rocket or a capsule or whatever the fuck they're saying in NASA and land it on the fucking moon, then land it on a meteor, and everything's traveling at all this amazing speeds, you're lost. Lost beyond belief, and I can't fucking help you.
I didn't ask for any help from you. You'd be the last person I'd ask for help.
Okay? Or you're just a troll and you're just trolling us. I would probably suspect you're a troll and you're trolling us, because if you don't know any of this by now, we have been doing this for too many years now. Too many years we've been doing this. Okay? And still people believe in bullshit. Total nonsense.
So what you're saying then is you don't agree with me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Love you. Bye.
That's all, folks.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.